Big Bucket of Chicken, episode 3.12. We're at 3.12 now. Let me write it down. It's
3.12.
official.
Sounds like a fraction.
Well, I'm keeping the point system. I guess we've been doing it for the past 3 months now. Wow, it's been going strong. But yeah, I've been keeping the point system, and it's working out great. Everyone loves it. Everyone's good feedback so far. We're getting actually pretty good feedback from the show last couple of episodes, so I'm excited. A lot of our friends are watching and like commenting, and the whole new Big Bucket of Chicken experience is really changing lives. I'm excited.
And that's why you were able to buy this cool hat.
I actually bought this hat last Christmas. If you remember my Christmas card, I had this hat.
Yes.
And it could be a Halloween costume. I think I'm going to go Willy Wonka this year, but we're not sure yet. I don't want to make any commitments. So this past weekend, from Thursday till yesterday, I was in the great state of Vermont. I bought this sticker to commemorate.
America's 19th favorite state.
the land of trees and tiny towns, and it's actually a really beautiful state. But I'm sure a lot of people who visited Vermont have heard of this place. Maybe they have it. I don't know. Smugglers Notch is where I stayed. It's basically a ski resort, and it's in the middle of the fucking mountains. Literally, you have to drive up a mountain to get to it. And I videotaped the road. The road is called the Notch, and it's literally it's a 2-lane road. And as you're driving it, it's still 2 lanes somehow, but it's the width of 1 lane, and you're driving up the fucking mountain. And you don't have to be here for this, Kev. I'll just tell a story to myself.
Sorry, I have a 2-year-old. Sorry.
You have a child, I know. So the road narrows, and as you go up the mountain, you're on an incline like this. I mean, it's like 14 degrees, I guess you call it, 18 degrees, whatever it says on the sign. And as you're going up the mountain, you're making these turns around fucking boulders the size of houses. I'm in a fucking pickup truck, and someone's coming down, so you have like this much space in between the 2 cars, and you're making 180-degree fucking turns. It's pretty nerve-wracking. And there's a big sign up the mountain that says, road closed from November 9th to May 9th. So for 7 months of the year, the road's just not, you can't get there. You have to like take like a hot air balloon or something to get there. It's fucking insane. So all it is up there is like ski lifts and ski mountains and Madonna Mountain. And we were on the mountain.
Madonna Mountain?
Yeah, there's a mountain called Madonna Mountain. It's like the biggest mountain. And it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. But for the past 4 days, I've been cut off. I had internet. It wasn't like I was really in the middle of nowhere. But we went to cool places. Went to like Stowe, Vermont, which every building there is from like before 1833. So all the buildings are old. We were in Stowe, and it's real old. Kind of everything's old. Like there was one Dunkin' Donuts we found like 20 miles from where we were staying. Everything is small mom and pop shops. My dad bought a fucking carved bear, like it says the Rayos. We got the guy to carve the Rayos.
Is that what people do there? They buy a carved bear?
We drove on the side of the road, and some guy has like all these wood carvings on his in front of a house, and we went there, and he's like out of logs of wood. I took a bunch of pictures. I'll post some up. He's carving out fucking out of just a round log, just bears eating fish and giant snakes and shit. It's really cool. He's an artist, so we bought a bear holding up a sign, and it says the Rayos on it, so that's pretty cool. But here's what I noticed about Vermont that I didn't expect. Here's what I was expecting. I was expecting, small town people slowly moving, and really what it is, it's like a giant tourist spot, like Stowe and Jeffersonville where we were staying, and even like where we were staying, like most of the plates other than the workers were not Vermont. It was like Quebec, Ohio, New Jersey, New York, Maryland, Massachusetts, Connecticut. It was from
So you didn't get to meet like the townies? You didn't get to...
Sort of. I guess the people who work there, I guess, would be considered the townies. Everyone's really nice. Everywhere we ate, I'm not kidding, every single place we ate, the food was fucking amazing. Everything that's dairy or meat is from like 2 blocks away. If you got pork or you got beef, it was from the butcher down. Everything was fresh. It was delicious. I was farting a storm. That's how it was like clean, healthy food. But
My
anyway,
question, would you live in Vermont?
Would I live in Vermont? We were talking about this today. I think I could live because there's no cities. That's one thing about the whole state of Vermont. There really is not one city. It's all small little towns and rural areas. There's no, my sisters went to Burlington one night. I didn't go. And basically they said it was like a, a cleaner, nicer, like Long Island town. That's pretty much it, like strip malls and fucking a marketplace and stuff, and people walking around like hipstery, super hipstery, I guess the locals. But here's what I didn't expect. I was expecting hipsters because it's Vermont and like black. My friend recommended Black Cap Coffee, which is in Stowe, was great coffee. But hipsters like fucking people on their laptop, like in the middle of Vermont, like Dear Diary, it's cold again today, like that kind of thing. But what I didn't expect, and there was a ton of, and I'm guessing because it's tourists, real upper class, like white people, like snooty, rich, fucking like crazy, like like
I believe it.
like rude rich people, like rich people. Like when they see you come down the street, like
Fielding Wellingtonsworth? Hello. Livingston Winsterford? Yes. Amelia Bedford Furthington Chesterhill?
Good day.
And James William Bottomtooth. Oh, no.
oh, excuse me.
You want more rice? All right, one
Oh,
second.
Kylie, come on the show, Kylie. So there was a lot of that, which I didn't expect so much. I guess I should have, considering it was a lot of tourism and stuff, but I wasn't expecting that one little bit. I mean, I was like, I guess I should have. I don't know, but it was really, it was beautiful. Most of the people were nice, but there was a lot of fucking just like upper class, like and even though I'm white, being around. I don't know. Wait for.
Here, take it. Take it. Take the rice. Careful, it's hot.
And cut. And so, even being white, being around that, I saw one non-white person when I was there. Like this white guy I was dating. I guess she looked Indian. Maybe she was black. But even being white, being around that many white people is uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable.
What are the rules there, though? Does Vermont have like special laws about that?
Probably not. Probably not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they just don't want to go there? Is that what's going on?
I don't know. I just think maybe like there's no. How do you say like why I didn't see any dark people without?
Did you ever ask an African American man to name the 50 states? Did you find somehow that he left off Vermont?
They don't know it exists.
Can we find that out? Can we get an African American man on the show and tell him to name the 50 states?
Well, let's ask our fans.
He says 49 states, Lou.
Let's ask
He
our
doesn't
fans.
know about Vermont. He's not supposed to. That's for them.
You know what
It's
it
a great
is?
part of the country.
If you drive north, when you go through New Hampshire, even New Hampshire, we drove through New Hampshire for, I guess, 5 minutes. But, once you're out of Massachusetts, it's like just a green spot between, like, Massachusetts and, like, Canada. There's nothing. It's like, what is that, trees? Let's just pass that. Let's go through that. It's like a highway. That's all it is to them. Because there's nothing. There's no city in Vermont. It's just there's small towns, but there's no, like, city area. Like I was looking at these people. I was like, where do you work? If either you work at the coffee shop or you work at the fucking restaurant, if you don't work in one of those places, what are you doing? Just like in the woods chopping down trees and selling firewood? There was so much hipster shit though. There was like the glass blowing place, and I went to Ben and Jerry's. I went to Ben and Jerry's, like hub, like that's where their hub is in like Jeffersonville,
Their
Vermont.
headquarters.
And we took the tour. It's $4. It's $4 American dollars, and it's a half an hour.
It's the cost of a pint?
It's the cost of the pints are like $7. So that fucking.
Oh, okay. It's less than the pint. That's awesome.
Exactly. So we go there, and it's a gift shop, and it's the actual factory where they make the ice cream. And there's one more, and there's two in Vermont, I think. She said, the girl who gave us the tour. So the first part of the tour is a 10-minute video of like Ben and Jerry met in Long Island and blah blah blah. They're hippies and whatever. And then they moved to Vermont because of the milk and all the things they did. And yeah, great, that's awesome. And then they bring you to a room. I was expecting like the fucking Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and like little people and like crazy stuff. It's nothing.
Are Ben and Jerry known to employ Oompa Loompas?
I don't know. I was hoping for magic. I was hoping for dinosaurs. I was hoping for magical things that could pop out of the rooms. And all it is like Ben and Jerry's colored walls. And you go into a room like you're on the second floor looking down into like the actual factory floor. And it's just machinery. Just, stainless steel piping and like big pipes with like ammonia written on them. Like, oh, I guess that's how they clean it out. She's like, they just finished making chocolatey fudge. So for the past 8 hours, they've been running cleaner through the pipes, and then they clean it because they don't want the vanilla, the fudge to mix with the vanilla that we're going to put soon to make this other flavor. And at that point, I was like, all I know is at the end of this tour, we all get a sample of an ice cream. So I don't care anymore. I don't
All
care.
right, that's bullshit, man. There should be like an amusement park there, like you said. Like it should be Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory. There should be a guy dressed as Jerry Garcia
Yeah,
that has like a cherry shirt on. There should be a guy dressed as a monkey. Like
exactly.
there should be everything in there that you ever want from Ben and Jerry flavors.
Instead, it's just grayed white people, just like, this is where our ice cream is from. We don't eat this. We'd hug and this is fucking weird.
Where do I tell everyone back at home what I've
It
seen?
was weird. It was. I gotta say, like, as much as I had fun, it was beautiful. Everything we did was cool. My whole family. That's just like this air of okay. So in town in Stowe, last thing I'll say about Vermont. They have like Yale General Store, and you walk inside, and it's like North Face, which is like overpriced clothing made in a sweatshop, and some other brand, which I honestly don't even know. If I named it, I'm sure if any of our listeners are driving around a Maybach, they're like, oh, I wear that. Like goose down vests made of like wolf, I guess, or something like that. Like just shit I can never afford in a gift shop.
Is
Like
this a real thing? Like, is this like part of the United States? Have you confirmed this?
oh my god, it was so weird. It was so fucking weird. I'm gonna try to find pictures. I took a zillion pictures, but
That's funny. I think next time you should wear that hat out, and I'm going to introduce you as from like Burlington, Vermont, and people are totally going to just go, he looks like he's from Vermont.
yeah. I
Now,
definitely
did you
do.
did you
And you know what I
put
didn't see
maple
though?
syrup there? Did you like stick a thing in the tree and like extracted real maple syrup? Did you put like you had like $8 pancakes and you were like, I want to taste what it really tastes like the settlers used to do. What did that happen? Because everybody tells me go to Vermont if you want real syrup. Aunt Jemima doesn't know shit. Mrs. Butterworth, she's not from Vermont. She's from freaking Georgia.
Well, we did buy maple syrup, so fuck you. And they sell it everywhere. There's maple syrup on the side of the road. It's like oranges over here. Hey, Kylie. Oh, Kevin's gone again. Okay.
All right.
All right. So here we are. All right. So you know what I didn't? You know what I didn't see in Vermont? I didn't see driving through all those roads and all that, the edge of the woods. I saw zero clowns. None. I didn't see one fucking clown.
Well, that's because they ain't come up through the Mason-Dixon line. Oh my God! Can I tell you what? I mean, I felt like we were onto something there, like last week with those clowns, but it hasn't stopped, Lou. It's gotten worse. There now are people getting arrested now, which is awesome.
Really?
Like there was a guy that got arrested at Walmart. Like he went to Walmart and started badgering people in the parking lot. That was in Noonan, Georgia. So he went there and he got arrested, and he said, I didn't know that I could be arrested for scaring people. That was his. No, no, and then like apparently he was like begging, like I swear to God, officer, I was not trying to scare anyone. Like that's an arrest now. You're under arrest for scaring somebody. Apparently he was like just every woman that would walk by with their shopping cart, he was just like flipping them off in the clown outfit. Like just some dumb. He has like three names, like Rodney Buford. I don't know. It's like some
Yeah.
three name, like typical white trash, hanging out in the parking lot of Walmart, dressed as Bozo the Clown type of name. But I mean, come on, like that's somewhere I go. I'm okay with seeing a clown at Walmart.
Sure.
Like Walmart's like the perfect place. Like they should have let that guy go.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the other thing. The place I don't want to see a clown is, what did we say last week?
The
edge of the woods.
Yeah.
Now they got a guy. They arrested somebody. It was the guy that was standing next to the road sign.
No way.
Remember the picture you put up? They got him. They nailed him. He's a 20-year-old guy, and he got arrested in Middlesboro, Kentucky, and they said he was. I like how they quote it. It's like he was arrested for lurking in the woods. But like they have all this like shit drawn up, all this like, well, yes, it's stature code 47, lurking in the woods. And then the main arrest though is wearing a mask in public. Like that's something. Like I'm sorry, but if that happens to him, Who else wears masks
We're
in
all
public?
fucked. We're all fucked. Our freedom's at stake, Kev. Although,
Seriously.
listen, like I said last time, if you're walking in Times Square and you're wearing a clown mask, I don't give a shit. If I'm driving through the middle of Vermont at 10 o'clock at night, and if I was driving through that fucking road and a clown popped out of the woods, yeah, I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm calling the cops. Because how did you get there? Like, where's your car?
Also, Lou, the press have a name for it. You know what the name of this thing is?
Clowning.
Clownocalypse. Seriously, I was online. Clownpocalypse spreads to Alabama. So it's exactly what you were talking about. We're going to be losing states one by one. We're getting picked off by these guys. So I got another one, too. There was an 18-year-old kid who got arrested for jumping in front of a moving car with a clown mask on. I almost killed him. Like, no shit. Like, just because you have a clown mask on doesn't mean it makes you invincible. What is he, on bath salts?
Oh, God, this is awesome.
I'm going to watch that combination. That's going to be lurking soon, right? Bath salts and clown masks?
That's what I said. It's the zombie apocalypse mixed with the what is it? The purge. This is how it happens, Kev. 5,000 years from now, in the new Bible, that's what it'll say, clownpocalypse, and that's how it all ended. Clownpocalypse.
Now I got one more for you. I mean, it's just I feel like I should be like in like a bunker right now talking about this. Like I feel like I should be taking shelter. So an 11-year-old girl was arrested in Athens, Georgia, for bringing a knife to school. You know what she told the cops? The clowns are gonna get me. She told the clown. She said, I read on Facebook that the clowns were coming to school, so I brought a butcher knife.
That's awesome.
Literally, wouldn't you let her go? I would let her go. I believe it.
I feel responsible. I feel like we're spreading that rumor. We're helping that happen. We're not.
But I think it's warranted. I think that other weird stuff that's going on now, like all these like shootings and all that fun stuff. I mean, I think that pales in comparison to what's going on now with these circus clowns.
Maybe the clowns are just like cops that snap.
If I can get 4 minutes of tonight's presidential debate devoted to the clown apocalypse, Lou, I'll die knowing I lived a full life. How about that?
That's awesome.
If Donald Trump can switch gears and just for 4 minutes talk about what's going down in Middlesboro, Kentucky, in West Brockton, Alabama, in Noonan, Georgia, and Athens, Georgia, that's it. I think people are going to vote for him. That's all he's got to do. Devote 4 minutes to the clown apocalypse.
With him, he might listen. With him, I'm not watching it. To be honest, I don't care. But I just know.
I'm a DVR. I'm getting a bowl of popcorn. I'm watching. I'm not going to watch it right now when it goes live. I'm going to watch it later. That's going to be my late night snack. Is the presidential debate.
We'll see. We'll see. All right. So Clownpocalypse continues, and I really hope, I really am, and you know what? I hope it ties in less than a month. The Walking Dead comes back on the air, so I feel like they need to jump on this bandwagon because it's filmed in Georgia. You know, it's filmed in the Georgia area.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's right.
they must be responsible. Right. They must be. Oh God! Zombies! It's happening. I'm seriously excited. Like if tomorrow I go to work and like shit's on fire and there's just clowns eating people in the streets, I know it'll probably be the end of my life, but I'm gonna be excited. I'm gonna be fucking excited that's how it happens. Like I get to fight zombies and that's how I die. Fighting like a man, zombies in the street.
But I feel weird. Like I felt like I was gonna do that one day, like just dress up like a clown and just walk around. And now it's like you're gonna get arrested. Like it's almost like oppression all over again.
They ruined it for everybody.
Now the normal guy that doesn't want to scare people can't dress up like a clown. Plus, children's birthday parties are gonna be ruined too.
It's over.
You're not the clown I hired. Like that's gonna happen. Yeah. You know, there's gonna be one guy that like tackles him. Who is this asshole? It's the clown we hired for your child's 4-year-old birthday party. Get off the clown, please. Can you get off the clown, Bob?
Likely
get
story.
Off the clown.
All right, Cav. Is it time? Is it time for our special moment?
It's time. All right. So first of all, I just want to say I've enjoyed doing this a lot. There's so much more I can cover, and I hope people are interested in this. That they don't like comic books. So the guy I got today, he's a Daredevil villain, and he's a Daredevil villain that is probably one of the worst characters in the entire Marvel universe. His name is the Matador.
The Matador.
And with the Matador is a man who has a bullfighting costume. He has everything you would expect out of a bullfighter, right? A red cape that he goes, does that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That's it. That's what he decided. I'm going to go rob a bank. I'm going to go become a supervillain. And that's all I'm going to do. So literally, he's a guy that shows up and goes, ole, ole, Toro, Toro, Toro. And then what happens is the heroes he fights charge at him, and they miss. Like, literally, he goes, ha, Daredevil, look at you, you idiot. That's it. So think about it. Okay, fooling a bull is one thing. I mean, bulls are dumb. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're stupid,
Sure.
But to confuse a human being that has, not to say it, superhuman abilities is beyond me. I mean, they're literally, I'll show you pictures. Literally, like, he's toying with Daredevil, like, putting it over his head, like, oh, look at you, like, doing, like, fucking magic tricks with his red cape. And Daredevil's like, what's happening? Even though I'm blind, how is this happening to me? Why can't I touch you? And literally the explanation they came up for it was, the vibration of his fabric is toying with my radar sense.
Oh my god, dude, this is awful.
The vibration of his red cape. That means any Matador could have stepped out of the bullfighting arena and was like, I think I got a shot against Daredevil. All I got to do is just twirl this thing around a little bit. There was actually another scene, too, when he's robbing an armored car, where he literally jumps on the armored car and puts the red cape over the window. Oh my god, what's happening? What is this? So he robs the armored car that way by confusing the armored car drivers with his red cape.
Oh my, that's like who wrote this character? The writing staff of Airplane? Like what the fuck is? Like...
And his backstory is awesome too. He was a bullfighter that was cruel to his bulls, and when the cruelty, the audience began to boo the Matador and cheer the bull. In retaliation, the Matador started shouting loudly at the crowd. At that point, the bull struck, and he was injured. And then it said he left the bullfighting arena, or he left the bullfighting crowd to declare war on all of humanity for his left, something like that. Like he's like, all humans are bullshit now because of this. But literally, I mean, he had 5 appearances, and every single one of them was like, dude, what are you doing? Stop. And it was funny, like, they actually, the first issue he had where he was doing, like, the wavy trick with his eyes, the second time Daredevil fought him, it didn't do anything to him. It was more like, the writer was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what the fuck was I smoking? Like,
Yeah.
yes, this will not have an effect on him. Like, stop it. Yeah, so they, like, wised up. But it took him, like, I think, he was, like, the 3rd villain that Daredevil ever fought. And it took him, like, 115 issues to come back. So that's, like, literally how they're, like, I felt like they just brought him back, so they're like, holy shit. Like, he almost beat Daredevil the first time. I gotta fix this. So they just totally made him lame the second time. That's usually what happens with those villains. Like, the first time it's like, this amazing marvel of a character. Marvel's done it again. Like, they'll like, put, like, if you read the old 60s comic books, that's like they'll have it on the cover. Like, it's like, Marvel's done it again. We've had the Fantastic Four. Now, the Matador.
All right, let's spend the last, like, 3 minutes of the show. We talked about this earlier, and I'm sure a lot of people are aware that the very Bill Murray bartended in Brooklyn last weekend. And I want to talk about, like, other times that he's done shit like this. But the thing that pissed me off the most about it was all week. That week, my friend was like, dude, come with me to Brooklyn Bowl. I'm seeing a show on Saturday. I was like, I really don't have the money. I didn't have the money. So I was like, I'm not going to go. It's Monday morning, he comes in, he goes, you heard about Bill Murray bartending in Brooklyn, right? I was like, yeah, I did hear about that. He's like, yeah, he bartended at the Brooklyn Bowl, the show I was at. He served me my drink. Like, I was like,
And that's where you were
fuck you,
supposed to go, huh?
fuck you. Like that's pissed
Dude,
me off. I mean, I'm sure it was
that's
cram
gotta
packed.
feel horrible.
Yeah,
You gotta feel like shit right now.
I was upsetting. But
That's
knowing Bill
like
Murray,
that is my dream, Lou, to
knowing
be in
Bill
a
Murray
bar.
though, he's probably bartending. He's like reopening Mars Bar right now, so he can like have like a fucking Friday night. Like he does this all the time. He's bartended several times. There's like tumblers, the tumblers like kind of like Twitter of stories that people tell. Yeah, I'm sure some of them are bullshit, but a lot of them aren't. I think I remember hearing years ago he used to like party with MGMT and hang out in Brooklyn, and he does all sorts of weird shit. Like shows up at a Wendy's. There was one story, it's pretty famous. Showed up at a Wendy's, walked up to someone, took a French fry, ate it, and was like, "No one's ever gonna believe you." Like just like fucking you psycho. And talking about Bill, the one thing about Bill Murray I like the most, and this is what I tell everyone because a lot of people don't know this. I forgot how I found out about it. I guess it's more popular now because he was always he's been acting for years, but now he's like pops up in these
He's like
like
a
these.
folk hero. That's what I call him, a folk hero.
Yeah, he's like a full exactly like when he doesn't have a manager or an agent. You have to call a 1-800 number that goes to a phone or a beeper or something. And if he gets back to you, you'll talk to Bill Murray. If he doesn't, like if you're Steven Spielberg, you have to call this number. If you're me, you have to call the same number. And that's how he got in the movie St. Vincent. The director it was his first movie, his first debut, his debut
Right.
film. And he just called him like 10 times a day for a month. And when he finally got him on the phone, Bill Murray still didn't agree. He had to read the script and then, all that stuff. So that's the kind of guy he is. You have to, he's just living the dream. He literally is living the dream.
Lucy in the sky with diamonds. Lucy in the sky with diamonds.
That we all
Yeah, some highlights from there. So it was his son's bar like grand opening. It's called 21 Greenpoint in Brooklyn. So he's supposed to show up at 7. He shows up at 8:05. Immediately just opens a bottle of vodka, takes a shot, and then everybody just starts clapping. Like that's how it started. And like they were saying some things like the other bartender would like spend like 3 minutes like making a drink, and then he'd just come in and he just fucking drink it on him. Like he would just show up and be like, "That's mine, thanks." And they were saying also, I guess like he bumped into some girl like when he was like coming out from up behind the bar. He bumped into some girl. He took her by the shoulders. He kissed her on the nose, and he said, "You're beautiful." Like imagine I can't do that shit. You can't do that shit. But Bill fucking Murray, I mean that's like you're never washing that nose again. Like that's amazing.
So wait,
And the other
his
thing too,
son,
he
his
was
son was at the bar.
his son Homer Murray, yeah, Homer
Oh.
Murray, yeah. And they were saying like a story like a guy he was like he ordering his drink and then he just kind of looked at him and he was just like, I'm not going to serve you until you remove your hat. You remove your hat, thanks. Like shit like that. It's just like awesome.
Yeah.
Like he can do whatever he wants. He can fuck with you the whole night. You wouldn't care though. Like did you hear the story? I don't know where it was, but someone like was taking like photos of him or taking video of him, and they were on like a rooftop bar. He just like took the phone and just like threw it off the roof. like he can do. He had to pay for the phone, but he told the guy politely, he's like, "Please stop taking pictures of me." And the guy wouldn't listen. So he just ran over, just grabbed the phone and threw it 8 stories off the building. And shit.
Killed a
I hope
baby.
it hit somebody too.
Well, what I saw because of the bartending in Brooklyn thing, and I guess I'll end here. Was this is an old video. This is from like either late '80s or early '90s. Somebody was filming at Barnes and Nobles in the city. They were doing a live read of Huckleberry Finn. They were actually having a writer or someone. I don't remember who it was because they didn't show that. I didn't see that wasn't in the video. And the CEO of Barnes and Nobles comes out and he goes, "We actually have a special person just showed up. He wants to read a little bit from the book." And no one in the audience knew what to expect. And then they just announced Bill Murray. And he comes up and reads like the first like 2 pages or 3 pages, like 15 minutes he reads in character. He reads as Jim and the kid Tom Sawyer, and it's hilarious. He reads the scene about where Jim has to go to some place and move a body for a doctor, and it's does it invoices and stuff. It's pretty damn cool. Look it up. I'll post the link. I'll try to find the link. I'll try to find the link and post it in the description. But
What's the thing that's gonna be like the thing that you wouldn't expect him to do? Is he gonna be like? Is there gonna be like a surgeon? All of a sudden, he shows up as like the guest surgeon.
that was
It's like
pretty
here to
funny.
perform ankle surgery, Bill Murray. Everybody.
Yeah, you're about to go under, and Bill Murray walks in putting gloves on. He's like, "You're gonna be fine." Oh God! All right, great show. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed. Hey guys, thanks for watching episode 3.12. Hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to like, share, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and leave a comment, some feedback. Everything's appreciated. We like you guys' support and want to hear what you guys have to say about the show and etc. Kevin?
And I noticed you guys was like liking us a lot more and like talking about us a lot more. So keep it up. I like to hear what you have to say about the show.
Exactly. Thank you.